good boy. Okay guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I appreciate you visiting. Hey, this video meant to be quick, but we'll see how we go. I won't hold you for too long. I just wanted to do this video to remind everyone of some rules that I think are important to dog training. The reason I stress there's people that don't agree with that. I suppose there's two real communities of dog training, which is, we know, the positive only, R+, and then there's what other people call balanced, which a lot of people don't like. Controversial, whatever you want to, I'm not about that in this video, but balanced is just basically people that will use positive reinforcement, they will correct the dog, they'll use equipment, they'll use what works. I think the only rule we need to remember is don't be cruel to your dog. I really think that's the most important thing. Now, unfortunately, there's people that think anything other than positive only is cruel. Come on guys, relax on that. I really think that's over the top, but again, that's not what this video is about. So I'm not going to digress, I'll stay focused. Coming from ex-military as a police dog handler, during my program, yes, it was firm training. I certainly, when I train my own dog, if I'm honest, comparing to training a police dog, I am not as firm as that. It is a firm way to train. A lot of people know, if you know anything about that, you would know that it is a very firm way of training. But look, in the end, you need to understand these police dogs, whether it be military or police force or whatever, they have a very important job to do and it has to be done. So we need to sort of take that in consideration. I'm not saying it's right to be cruel to dogs at all, but you know, there's different ways to train dogs because that dog has a more important role in what it has to do and work professionally, and it has to be relied upon. But I certainly do use methods from me in the way of things like, let's go through some rules. Number one rule that I was always taught, not a rule, but a thing to remember, is voice inflection. Remember that boring school teacher you had that was like, okay class, today we're going to learn, and you'd be falling asleep. And then you had the teacher like, okay kids, rightio, today we're, and you'll be like, wake up. That is you in dog training. If you are like, Nash, sit. Yeah, he sat, he's, yeah, whatever, I'll sit. Compared to, I'm over here, here buddy, and I'm like this, Nash, sit. See that quickness? Pop. Down. I didn't yell at him, but I had voice inflection. So voice inflection, in other words, ups and downs. So if I was to do maybe a short recall to a sit, a down, and a free, listen to my tone. I'll do like a beginner sort of little sequence. Nash, come. Sit. Down. Free. Good boy, okay? So I'm sort of exaggerating that tone. Okay, he's even a little tired today. He's been out all day. Went for a 5K run today, plus he's been at daycare, plus we've done about a half-hour training. So he is a bit lagging, low in energy, even for him. But you saw my voice inflection there. So that's number one, voice inflection. Next thing is, I like to remind myself that I was taught years ago, one command equals one response. In other words, I'm not doing this. I'm not going sit, 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 sit. I'm going Nash, sit, like that. If he didn't do it, that brings me to the next phrase of this. If I'm here, here buddy, command, direct, and praise. Now I can't catch him out because he's, I like to think, well trained. It'd be like this, sit. If he didn't do it, I'd reach and I would just push his little butt down and then I go, good boy. So that's command, direct, praise. Say the command, they don't do it, direct them to do it and praise them for doing it. And guess what I didn't do? Jam a biscuit in his mouth. That brings me to that. Guys, I don't think you need biscuits for everything you do with your dogs. Let's relax on the biscuits. Everything we do, biscuit this, biscuit this, biscuit this. Is it a good tool for puppies? Yeah, and teaching dogs new things and maybe tricks, but let's look to fade them away, okay? Fade away the biscuits. We don't need to bribe our dogs all the time. If you are using a biscuit, on a little side note, digress, use it as a reward, not a bribe, okay? Instead of presenting the biscuit first, imagine I've got one in my hand, behind my back. I go, Nash, sit. Yes, good boy, reward him. Compared to, imagine I've got a biscuit, Nash, here buddy, and I go, sit, and he takes it. Now, let's say I really fed him there. The argument could be, you could say to someone, did the dog sit because of the command or did he sit for the biscuit? In a lot of cases, it's for the treat. So we need to understand, is our dog doing it because of our training or because of our food? There's a problem with that. If you're doing it for the food and then you're in the real world with distractions, you're going to lose power with that food. We all know it. Let's not deny it. In a lot of circumstances, that biscuit disappears to the dog, especially if they have anxiety or reactivity. They're not going to take a reward to stop them being reactive. They might eat it, but then go back to barking. But then again, that's another video. I don't want to talk about that. But let's watch out for how many biscuits we use. It is very, very important, okay? Next thing I want you to do when you do your training is be organised. If you are unorganised, if you are clumsy, the dog is going to be clumsy. So if I'm doing this, Nash, here buddy. If I don't, and I'm not a beginner, but if I'm a beginner, okay, heel, quick, And I start here, and I'm like making up as I go, and I walk off and go, heel, and I'm like this, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm walking. The dog's not going to know. Guys, be direct with what you're doing. Be organised. Keep it simple when you start. What's that saying? Keep it simple, stupid. Not saying you guys are stupid, but keep it simple. Watch this. Okay, buddy, you ready? Okay, even if you just do a little one of these. Nash, side, quick. Good boy, sit. So we start off. Get him organised. Ready? Are you ready? Heel, get back here, quick, quickly. Okay, heel, sit. Oh, cheeky, down. Little lazy sit there, stay. I'm organised. Then I walk back, and then whatever I'm going to do. Free, good boy. Just made it up as I went. Point is, I'm just showing you that I was sort of direct with what I'm doing. It was a bit slack, like I said, he's pretty tired, no excuses, but he's a very tired dog right now. But the point I'm trying to show you there is be organised when you train, okay? I like showing you guys videos of Nash. He's not that perfect dog. For my liking, there's too many perfect dog videos on YouTube. People are demonstrating things in their very controlled environment. Not even out here with cars and trucks and people walking around. It's like in the lounge room, no distraction for him to look at. Guys, it's not real, so let's not get caught up in those videos and think that's reality. A lot of those dogs don't do the same in the real world, down the beach or the park or down at a breakwall walk or wherever you live. So don't get caught up. It's a bit like getting caught up in beauty on Instagram, thinking everyone's beautiful like that. They're not like that. That's filters and makeup. Same with dogs. They can be the same thing. A bit of filters and makeup, in other words, too controlled, dogs full of energy. My dog's really tired right now, but I'm still giving you guys a demo and doing a video because it doesn't all have to be perfect. So remember some of those rules. Next thing is with your leads. Whatever lead you're using, doesn't matter. I want you to focus on loose lead all the time. Nash, heel, quick, quickly. Man, he's tired. Okay, so let's say we've got our lead and our dog. What's our focus? Loose lead all the time. If I'm doing heeling, I go heel, and I'm pulling the lead like this. What's my dog going to do? He's going to pull against it. I want to teach him that a loose lead means he's in the right position. Loose lead, loose lead, loose lead, heel, and I turn, quick, and I'm like this. It's on my fingers, okay? Loose lead is his reward. Good boy, not. Good boy, not like this. I have a saying, it's not mine, I'm sure people say it, but tension brings tension, breeds tension, or tension creates tension. In other words, if you pull, he's going to pull back. If I could pull your arm right now, pull you this way, you're going to instinctively pull against it. So if I do this, it's going to create a fight between me and Nash. And he's not getting to understand, loose lead means I'm in the correct position, okay? So that's very important that you give that loose lead feedback. And if you are using a slip lead or any lead, it's about pressure and release. So when you start and you introduce, and if I'm going to go backwards, heel, tiny, 2 fingers, let's go, quick. And I give very small corrections, okay? From there, quick, good boy. If I don't need it, I don't do it. Quickly. There's a very tired dog. Good boy. Loose lead and looking up, good boy. Now, I don't do a focused heel with my dog. A lot of you out there probably can clearly see that. I know you see the dogs, the Malinois, but walking, and it's very impressive. It looks great. But guys, those trainers don't walk their dogs like that out in the public for a general walk. That is for competition. That is for a purpose, and it's amazing. But don't think that they walk their dogs for 5 kilometers with the dog walking like this and doing this. It'll be exhausting for the trainer and the dog, but it does look impressive. But understand the reality of walking is, I feel if your dog can do this, my opinion only, but if your dog can go heel, and for me, this is an adequate heel for my dog. I don't compete with Nash. So I'm happy that I can walk, good boy, and he knows where I go. Now you don't have to agree with that, but I think that's good walking. Again, my opinion. I'm not concerned about a focused heel. Could my dog do that for 10 kilometers if he needed? Yes. It's not stressful for him. It's not an effort. Good boy. Okay, so that's just me. Don't get caught up in the hype of all the crazy show stuff that looks impressive. So we've got loose lead, 1 command, 1 response, command, direct and praise, voice inflection, be organised. There's some big things to remember. There's a lot more rules in dog training. When you're rewarding your dog from a recall, I'm going to give you a little one. I'm just thinking on the fly here. If you want your dog to stop close, be careful that you don't do this. Watch this. Nash, here, buddy. Hopefully you can still see me. Okay, around here, quick. Sit. Okay, I teach an implied stay to my dog, like a lot of trainers out there. I don't say stay. He has a stay command. If he went to move now, I'd reinforce it. But whatever command I give to my dog, he knows to stay there unless I say another command. Watch this, what I don't want you to do on the recall. Come, quick, come. And I've rewarded him early, but see how I rewarded him out here, even though I didn't make him sit. If I reward him out here too much, he's going to develop a habit of sitting out there. So in other words, if I do it one more time, out, quickly, out, stay. So if I don't put him in a down or a sit, I'll give him a stay for sure. Okay, so he's in his stand, stay there. Come. So even there I readjusted. Yes. I want him close. So where you reward your dog will determine where they end up stopping. It's very important. That's like when you're doing maybe feeding your dog, like rewarding. If you reward to the side, they're going to cross over in front of you. If you reward them here and lure them in this position, sit, Nash. Notice I didn't say it again. I reminded him, but I didn't say the word again. So in other words, if I do this, heel, quick, let's go, buddy, quickly. Someone's very tired. So if I do this, heel, and I stop, and I've got a biscuit, and I reward out here, look where he goes. But if I do this, quickly, quick, around here. If I do this, imagine this is a biscuit. I'm walking. I reward there. Get my point? If you reward here, they're going to go to there. If you reward there, they're going to go to there. So just anything you do, watch out where you reward your dog because it will determine where they sit. It's very, very important, okay? When you're doing your healing. Down. Next thing is hand signals. Make sure you match hand signals with verbal. Practice both, one or the other, or both together. Try to get your dog to do everything on hand signals, whether you use down, sit, stay, come, heel, round, side. Guys, nothing's wrong or right. Relax on this. Make up what you want. There's no rules, unless you're competing. If it's your own pet dog, do what you want with your commands, but make them very clear. Don't let hand signals blur together. In other words, like down and sit, really soft and mushy. Weird word, but anyway. I want them almost military-like. Down, sit, stay, come. So the dog really clearly gets it. If you send a mumbled message to your dog's not going to know what's going on. You've got to send a very clear message. That leads me to a good one. Be very binary, black and white, yes or no. Very clear rules. You can't say to your dog, one day you can do it, next day you can't. And then wonder why your dog is confused. Have very clear rules. And that brings me to the last one I'm going to do. It's probably a lot small, but I'm probably holding the video for too long. I don't even know how long it's gone for. But last one. When you're doing your training, having the very clear rules. With a recall, I like to have, and you can do this for a lot of commands, here. So this is one of mine. Here, for me, is informal. So it's like a come here, but informal. Now, free. Now watch the difference. So that was here, then there's come. Bit of a lazy sit. Yes. And that is his formal. Let me demonstrate it one more time. Out. Out, leave it, no, leave it, leave it, fetch. And if I just say, here, good boy. He knows he doesn't have to sit or anything. Let's do that again. Out, leave it, fetch, watch, come, 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 hey, hey, cheeky, very cheeky. Okay, but you see the difference. Even though he was a bit slack, he knew what he meant to do, what was meant to do. It's a sit in front of me. Good boy. I'm not worried about it. No big deal. He'd still demonstrated what I meant. Here is a casual, and then come is formal. One more command I use is like a let's go. I use let's go for changing directions. I'm walking, I go, let's go. This is not heel, by the way. And then I go, let's go. I'm going back this way. Let's go. My dog knows to change directions. But I don't want to get into that. This is not about commands necessarily. This is about rules with your dogs. Guys, I hope that gave you some tips. There's a lot more. I'll probably watch this video and go, I missed this one, this one, this one. I made this up as I went. There's no cheat sheet in front of me, no whiteboard. I'm really just going on the fly. Probably missed a lot. But I think that's some good basic ones to do. Be consistent. The amount of people that want results for their dogs but don't want to do the work blows my mind. Oh, ring me up. Oh, my dog doesn't come back. Oh yeah, what training have you done? You done a course? No, he's just disobedient. What are you talking about? That's like thinking that your kid should know how to say thank you and you never taught them English. Guys, you got to teach these dogs. What does come mean? What does sit mean? What does down mean? What do they mean? Show your dog. You have to show your dog to get them to understand. Remember that. It is not fair to your dog to punish a dog that doesn't know a rule. Hope this video helped you out. I'm sure it gave you some rules of what I go by. It doesn't make me the correct one, but it's what works for me. Be happy with your dog. Be motivated with your dog. Let them have fun with it, and they'll want to do more of it. Remember, I think the only rule is don't be cruel to your dogs. Be nice to your dogs, but do what works for you. I'm not going to criticize anyone. I just know what I like to use, and that's all that matters, and you'll find your own method for you. Good boy. As usual, guess what I'm going to ask? Guys, come on. Hit the little subscribe button. It's not that hard. If you liked what I did and you got some free information out of this, it costs you nothing. Give me a little subscribe. Come on, it's really appreciated. You can do it. Come on, lift that finger up, push that button, and get notifications for when I do my next video. Until then, keep practicing, keep training. Don't complain about a dog that doesn't know something if you don't do the work. Thanks again for watching. See you guys. Bye.